Syntax, can you remember? For max frequency. How do you get maximum frequency for model class? Or can we practice something on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we do one thing. Let me take a simple example of group data. We start evaluate that, okay, through our program. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here we have one question. Compute mean, median, and mode for the following frequency distribution. Okay. So have you noted down the height in centimeter is given and the number of adults is recorded. Suppose the number of adults is 4, whose height is between 145 and 150 centimeters. Similarly, the number of people or the men whose height is between 150 and 155. Okay. So this number is right now, maybe you can take something like for a group of 100 people, you collected the data or something like that, or maybe 150 people. Okay. Right?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Let me see that how many people's data is available. Have you noted down this height in centimeter and number of adults in men?
Yes, sir.
So what I supposed to do is, that I'll take the variables. So the height in centimeter, okay. I supposed to take the height for lower limit L, P of, or as lower limits are uniformly spaced, right? 145, 150, 155, 160, 165, and so on. So what I can do is a sequence starts from 145, ends with the lower limit 180, with the space. What is the space between the lower limits? Is it 5 units?
Yes, sir.
Then what is the upper limit? Sequence. This starts from 150, ends with 185, right?
Yes, sir.
By 5, right?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
And the frequency, let us define the frequency variable C of 4, 6, 28, 58, 64, 30, 5, and 5. Now, what I can do is, in order to find the mean or median or particularly mean and value, we require the midpoints of the intervals, right? Class interval, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So how do I get the midpoints? Say midpoints, the values are mid values, or simply I can denote as M for the mid values. How do I get the mid values?
So U minus L by 2.
U minus L or L plus U by 2?
So L plus U by 2.
L plus U divided by 2. Right? So this is for mid values. Okay. Let us look at this as the values 147.5 and so on. Okay.
Yes.
And for finding the median, do we require the cumulative frequencies? Isn't it? How do we get the,
Yes.
what is the syntax for finding the cumulative frequencies? Cum sum, right? CUM,
Yes.
cumulative sum of which variable I have to use now?
So F.
F, right. So what is this basically tells?
Cumulative
Frequency, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what else we required as columns in order to find the mean, median, mode? Is these things are enough? N is equal to sum of the frequencies, right? The value of n, it is 200. So we have taken the data for 200 adults, out of which who are varying their height distribution. The height distribution may be between 145 to 150 centimeter is observed for adults, 150 to 156 adults, 155 to 160 adult men 28, 160 to 165 adult men is 58. Likewise the data. Okay. Now let us suppose we can create some data variable, say dv data dot frame. So it contains the variables something like L, lower limit, upper limit, frequency, then followed mid values, that is M, then followed cumulative frequency CF. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
If you want mid values, you can label as X also. Nothing wrong.
Excuse me, sir.
Please say. Please speak.
Sir, please can you reshare your screen? It's lagging.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is this lagging for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
No, sir. So not lying.
So
Yes,
if you are getting better one, okay. Anyhow, I'm going to reshare it. Check once now. Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. Well, now what is the data variable which contains? Let us look at lower limit, upper limit of the data, frequency, mid values, cumulative frequency. How do we get the mean for cumulative distribution? What is the formula? Can you remember?
Sum of fi into xi by sum of fi.
Good. Sum of fi into xi. What is that xi here we labeled?
sir. M.
M, right. So therefore, what variables I have to product now?
F and M.
Right. F star M divided by sum of the frequency is assigned to one variable. What is that variable?
Sir, N.
N. Now let us look at what is the value of mean. This is quite simple now, right? So what is the average height of the 200 adult men which are participated in the data? Average height distribution of these 200 people is observed as 165.175 centimeters, right? Right? Understood?
Yes.
Yes.
Now I need to proceed to find out the median. How do we get the median? we need to get first of all median class, right?
First we need
Yes,
to
sir.
find n by 2 and
Right. So median class we need to identify, remember, right? So what is the procedure to find out the median class? Right?
we find n by 2 and whatever is greater than that will be like
The immediate value which is greater than or equal to that, right? Say
yes.
CF is the cumulative frequency, right? We need to find out the index of the CF. Remember what we need to find out? Index of the CF whose value is just greater than or equal to n by 2, right?
Yes,
As
sir.
n is observed 200, as n is observed as 200. Now you tell me the values which are greater than or equal to n by 2 here.
So
In
one
CF.
will be here.
So 160, 190, 195, 200.
So now what value among this maximum we want? Among this greater than or equal to?
Sir, just greater than. So we'll take
So
160.
just greater than, is it the minimum value of these greater than values?
Yes, sir.
You said 160, 190, 195, 200 are the values which are greater than or equal to n by 2. Among that, just greater than, is it the minimum? Hello? You said, so the CF which is greater than equal to n by 2, right? Now what are the values here? It is coming 160, 195, sorry, 190, 195 and 200, right? Among this, in order to find the median class, we need to look at the value just greater than or equal to n by 2, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So that just greater than or equal to n by 2, is it the minimum of these four values?
Yes, sir.
So now we need to think the syntax, because there is no default syntax which is available in that. You have to carefully use the syntax. So minimum of which value of CF which is minimum such that CF is greater than or equal to n by 2. How do we use that proper coding syntax in order to identify this? Can you give any idea? I need to find out median class. In order to find the median class, WHICH, which of the CF is just greater than or equal to n by 2. And this one is minimum again, right? So 160, 190, 195, 200, these are all CF greater than or equal to n by 2. From that, we want the minimum. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
What is this model class MDCL is now giving? 5. What is this 5 indicates?
So the number of elements.
Sorry. It is not the number of elements. Basically, we have only 4 which are greater than or equal to n by 2. I already said we want the index. See that the fifth row correspondence, is it the just greater than or equal to n by 2?
Yes, sir. It's
Yes.
the index of the
This is the index. This is the index.
Index of the
Which
model.
CF is greater than or equal to n by 2 means the fifth value, sixth value, seventh value, eighth observations, fifth to eighth observations are greater than or equal to n by 2. Among that, what is the minimum index? The minimum index is fifth observation. Okay. Therefore, model class is the fifth row of this table. Understood? The median class is the fifth row of this table, right?
Yes,
median,
sir.
Median class is fifth row of data variable. Okay, right? Now, what is the formula for median? Median. Need to get the lower limit, right? So this is lower limit for median. So I may use ML for lower limit of median. So this we get L of MDCL. Why I am using MDCL? Why I am using L of MDCL? Or I can use little l for ease of understanding. Little l is equal to L of MDCL I am using. What is this reason?
Sir, because we want the lower limit of the median class.
Right answer. Right answer. We want the lower limit of the median class. Median class is the fifth class now. Okay. So this is class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4, class 5. Median class is the fifth class. So we want lower limit of the median class, that is taken as a little l. Don't get confused. It is not 1. It is little l. So my little l is 165. Are we getting the correct answer here? The first column representing the lower limits. Lower limit of the median class is it 165? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Good,
Yes,
good.
sir, it's correct.
Then what else we require? We require the frequency of the model class, right? Median class, right? I may denote conveniently FM. So FM, F of MDCL. Okay. Then class interval C is equal to, little c is equal to, how do we get? The difference of the upper and lower limit, right? So that means U of MDCL minus L of MDCL median class will give us C. What else we require? Cumulative frequency that just precedes the median class, right?
Yes, sir.
CFM, cumulative frequency of the median class that just precedes the. So this is CF of MDCL. In order to get the preceding value, what I have to use here within the bracket? MDCL is the fifth index. I want to get the fourth value of CF. What I have to do?
MDCL minus 1.
Good. Okay. So for your understanding, FM frequency of the model class is 64. You can verify it. Frequency of the model class is 64. Now this is 64. Then step length C is 5. So 160 to 165 difference, sorry, 165 to 170 difference is 5 unit. Step length we observed as 5. Then CFM, cumulative frequency that precedes the median class is 96, right? This is the median class. The preceding value is 96. Are we getting all these values correctly? Hello?
Yes,
So
sir.
the formula median is equal to little l plus, what is the formula? Can you remember? N by 2 minus CFM into C divided by FM. Is it right? The median class, sorry, this is the formula for median. L plus N by 2 minus CF whole divided by F into C, right? Hello? What is the value you are getting? Can you give the answer from your end? Hello?
Sir, 165.3125.
Let me look at. Good. 165.3125. What is the mean we got earlier? 165.175, right?
Yes, sir.
So these two are right now seems to be close, right? Mean and median.
Yes, sir.
So if you know how to find the median, can you use the same steps to find Q1, Q2?
Yes, sir.
You can use these steps, right? In order to get Q1, so here minimum of which CF is greater than or equal to n by 4, right?
Yes, sir.
So then remaining lines are same, right?
Yes, sir.
If you want Q3, then how do you correct this statement?
Which is greater than equal to n by 3.
By 3 or hello?
Sir, 3n by 4.
Right answer. 3 times n by 4, not n by 3. Okay?
Yeah, 3n by 4.
3 times n by 4. So you are clear right now? How to find Q1, Q3s? Hello? There is no default syntax, remember, here for group data. Right? Now, can we go for mode? How do we identify the model class now? How do you get the model class from this tabulated data? Hello?
Sir, the one with the highest frequency will be the model class.
No. The way we define some syntax for median class, like that, is there possibility of finding model class? Can you give me the expression so that let me get the model class?
Max F.
Sir, max which f?
You tell me the syntax. I try to typeset and then let me see whether we are going to get the output or not. Someone will give the idea. Who is going to give the idea? Tell me. You mean to say which of? Tell me the syntax. How we can write the line so that R can identify the value and give us the same.
Sir, max of which f?
Max of which WHICH which
F.
hello.
Sir, which of f?
Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
So you're not audible.
Now am I audible? Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
So in between getting call, that's automatically it is disconnecting from this net. Okay, I rejected the call and then it is connecting now. Fine. Okay. So someone said this syntax, is it working? No. Max of which f? Then what to do?
Sir, we can write max of f. That is it.
Okay, simply max of f. So maximum of f is given as 64, but we hello.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand? If you are writing max of f, it will give you maximum frequency, no doubt. But whether it is maximum frequency observed in the class 1 or class 2 or class 3 or class n, where we observed this maximum frequency, how do you come to know? I want index corresponding to this, right?
Yes,
How do
sir.
I get the index? Any idea from your end?
So which max f?
Okay, let us see that. WHICH of this thing. Is it working? Why it is not working, do you know? Max f is the only one, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So when only one it is coming, so from there, which is required? When you are using max f will always result only one element, right? Not the set of elements, right?
Yes, sir.
Hello? So because of that reason, maybe this is not working. That is my observation. Any other idea? Any idea that you can give so that we can get the index of maximum frequency? 64 corresponding index I want actually. Sorry?
Sir, your screen is not visible for me.
Not visible? What about
Yes,
others?
sir.
Whether it is
Sir, I'm
visible to others?
Yes, sir, your screen is visible.
So then
It's
check once the student who is not getting this screen.
Yes, sir,
Hello?
for me.
So if there is a problem only for you, maybe from your end you check, refresh your net connectivity and then check once. For others it is visible, huh?
Okay, sir.
As your friends are saying. Huh? Well, so any other can give some idea here? Hello? Can I slightly modify this syntax? Which of the frequency CF is equal to max F? Okay. Can we look at the answer? What is the answer we are getting? Hello?
Yes, sir, we're getting 5.
So is it really corresponds to 5 is the maximum frequency from the table? 64 is the maximum value which is corresponds to the 5th class. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
So what we have done just now, so based on some some inputs from your end, I'm slightly modifying this. I'm going to compare the two statements. In order to compare two statements in our program, we need to use double equal to. F is one variable, max f is another scalar. So you are trying to compare this scalar with f. For what value of f, this f is equal to this scalar. Okay. The first value of f is like 4, it will 4 is equal to 64 or not? No. Then it will take the next f 6. Is it 6 equal to 24? Sorry, 64? No. Like that it will keep on continue, then will provide us this 5. By chance, if this max frequency is repeated, then what will happen? It will give all list of values which are equivalent to this max f, list of indices. Okay, understood? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Right? Let us suppose the 7th index is also equal to 64. What is that? Maximum frequency is also 64 against the 7th class. Then it will show 5 as well, 7 also. Okay. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now, once we identify the, this median model class, is model class MC. I'm using MC for model class. So now MC is 5. So what is the formula for model class? L is equal to L of the lower limit of the model class, right? Then we want a frequency of the model class FM. So frequency of MC. We want the frequency that precedes the model class, that is F0. How do we get F0 from this now? Hello? Frequency of the preceding model class.
Yes, sir. We let frequency of MC minus 1.
Good. MC minus 1. Frequency of the succeeding class, immediate successor, F1. Frequency of MC plus 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Now step length, lower limit of upper limit of MC minus lower limit of MC. So C is 5, F1 is 30. Let me look at the succeeding frequencies. Yes, 64 succeeding frequencies 30. 64 preceding frequencies 50. Let me look at whether we are going to get F0 as 58 or not. It's 58, and lower limit of this one is 165, right? Therefore, now mod is equal to, what is the formula? L plus numerator is F minus F0 times E divided by denominator is 2 times F. So here F we have used as FM, frequency of the model class, 2 times FM minus F0 minus F1, right? This is the mode you got using this formula. Hello? Hello?
1 minute, sir.
Calculate and give me the answer.
One 165.75.
165.75
Mode
is
Yes, sir.
right answer. I hope you all getting the same answer, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what you learned now, you just tell me. What you learned?
So to calculate mean, median, and quartiles using our language.
Okay. So basically you observed that. How do we make the data into tabular form, right? From the given data, how to find the cumulative frequency of the given frequency comes from you are using the syntax, right? Then how do we identify a particular class that is called a median class or model class or a quartile class in our program? For that, you may be using the expression something like which of CF is greater than or equal to n by 2 for medians or quartiles. For model class, you may be using which of the frequency which is equal to max of frequency, right?
Yes, sir.
Then according to the formula, you are trying to find out each of the parameters involved in the formula, and then finally you are substituting all these parameters in the formula, right? Individually you are calculating all these things and then substituted and then you are using the formula to get the mode or median or mean, right? Right? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt so far whatever we discussed? Any doubt?
Nice. No, sir.
No. So you are following how to find the mean, median, mode or quartiles using R now, right? Well, so by chance, if I want to get the standard deviation for this, how to get the standard deviation? Hello? What is the formula? First variance, let us look at the variance of x. VA or x equal to, what is the formula? Sum of frequency into the mid values square divided by n is one thing minus mean square, right? Isn't it? Variance. Hello? Sigma fi xi square by capital N minus sigma fi xi by n whole square, right? That is mean square. Then
Yes, sir.
A or x, variance of x is 42. If you want standard deviation SD, as you are able to understand V or x is meaning of variance of x, so I'm not commenting that it is for variance. Okay. SD is well understood. SD is referring for the standard deviation for the variable x. It is square root of A or x. Is it easy now? What we are using this R program right now as a calc in simple. Am I right? Hello. The use of appropriate syntaxes, you are making use or as a calc, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So any more doubts with regard to the mean, median computation or creating some tables or bar charts and so on? No doubts, right? Hello. Do you
No,
have
sir.
doubts on this? No. Then if you have no doubts, then I'll go to the correlation and rank correlation topics here. As we started, what is correlation and regression? Now here, you know the importance of correlation, right? As explained in the class. Hello. Hello? Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know the importance of finding the correlation or regression, right? Hello? Correlation is trying to find out whether there is any positive or negative relationship between the two variables, that is independent and dependent variables, right? And the regression is trying to find out the appropriate mathematical relationship between the two variables in order to estimate or forecast the tabulated data, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we're supposed to move on to that correlation and regression points. So let us take some example here. There is age group and whose representative age is given, approximately the MIG values. So once you have the representative, you can forget about the group. Then how hours spent in the local library, how much time they are spending in the local library for reading purpose. Okay, so one variable is say X, as it is having set of elements, and right now the data is having some equal space of X representative. It starts from sequence 15, ends with 65. Y is equal to what is the space? I think 10, right? Now what is the X, which is representing the age group? Okay, so Y is the number of hours or the time spending in the local library, the hours spending in the local library. So 302.38 193.63 185.46 198.49 224.3 288.7. I just added the data to 71. Okay, right. So whether you noted down this data in your whether you fed this data into your R tool. Hello.
Excuse me, sir. Again, your screen is lagging a lot.
What about others?
Yes, sir, it's lagging.
Yes, you
Sir,
speak
it's
something
fine.
first, it comes later.
Yes, sir.
And again, I'm resharing it. Is it fine now?
Yes, sir.
Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Then, hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Now, what I have done is just I added the X, that is the data which is representing some groups here, and this is the data which is representing the hours spending in the local library. So do you think that there is some association between the age groups and the time spent in the local library? Is there any relation generally? Do you guess? Like something like, as age increases, they are spending more time in the library, or something like opposite behavior, or any kind of association would be there in general sense.
No, sir.
Oh, okay. One answer is no. Any other answers? But here, as my data shows that as age increases, see that here 65 years of age, the time spent in the local library is 288 hours. It is slowly decreasing, right? Gradually. In the middle age.
Yes, sir. But 15 years at 302.38.
In 15 years, it shows that they are spending more time in the library. The reason maybe that the childs may be curious and their parents are sending keep on to the library and so on. Maybe the reason, but I do not know. So like that we can interpret, right? Is there possibility or not? If the parents are very concerned about their words, they may send them to library, right? For reading purpose, forcefully or unforcefully, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us look at what kind of association is there by looking at the scatter plot of this x and y. So plot x comma y. Will it give us a scatter plot now? What do you notice now? Can you guess any relation here? Can you guess something here?
Yes, sir. Like when children are very young, they go to the library,
Hmm.
and when they grow up a bit, they go a little less, and then when they are old, they again start
Okay.
going a lot more often.
Okay. Okay. So what kind of relation you are noticing on this exactly? Something like see here. I'll close. I'll use another plot. Type is equal to something like linear. What do you notice? The plot now? Hello?
Sort parabolic, sir.
So it seems that some parabolic behavior is there, right? Appropriately. So now, if I wanted to estimate the x, the number of hours spending in the library, if the age group is representing by something like 70, can I use an appropriate quadratic fit to estimate that by using this data? Hello? Do you agree that somewhat better prediction may be there if you go with the quadratic plot of this data? Hello? Do you agree or not?
Sir, can you please repeat?
Say that. So now I wanted to estimate that if the age group is representing to 70 years, okay, the representative of some age group is 70 years, let us imagine, then what would be the expected number of hours they are going to spend in the library? In order to find that with the help of this available data, so is the linear fit is better or quadratic fit is better? Linear fit is of the form y equal to a plus bx. Quadratic fit is of the form something like y is equal to a plus bx plus cx square. Which one you think that that is going to better for this data? Hello? Any idea?
No, sir.
You just
No
draw a
idea.
straight line. You just draw a straight line here on this somewhere. The line will take the less amount of error by comparing all these points, or this quadratic will take the less amount of error.
The quadratic.
Then quadratic fit may be better than the linear fit, right? For this data particularly, right? Do you understand what I said? Hello? Any response from your end?
Yes, sir, understood.
Yes, sir. we understand.
Yeah, okay. So let me see that, if quadratic fit is better or not, let me come to little later. So if I go with the linear plot for this, what I can do is, then a linear model can be, I think you have noted down the formula for regression, right? Of the form, suppose if I want a regression line of y on x, if I want a regression line on y on x, remember what is the formula as you noted down in the last class? You may be going with a simple linear regression, say of the form y is equal to a plus bx, where a is the y-intercept and b is the slope of the regression line. So for this, there is default syntax available in the R directory. The syntax is LM. Sorry. The syntax is LM. Y is approximated with x. It will give us this thing. What is the y-intercept? 227.9685 and the slope is 0.1048. Okay. Hello. So now yp, the predicted values can be expressed as a is 227.9685 plus b, the slope is 0.1048, seems that positive slope times x. These are my yp values. Now I wanted to find the difference between y and y minus yp. This is called error. Sorry, capital E. So there are positive and negative deviations. This you keep in mind, the error. And let me look at what is the sum of this E square. Sum of this E square is the residual error, RSS. Residual sum of squares. What is RSS? Is 12970.42. So if I change the model, something like x1 I am taking, x1 is x square. I'm going a regression model, as I said, something like y is equal to a plus bx plus c times x square. Then I'm going with a regression model, linear model. Y is approximated with x plus x1. See that the model is now slightly changed with the quadratic fit. When the model is changing to quadratic fit, so now yc, y cap values, y. So what I can say now, 462.0013 minus 14.2025 times x plus 0.1789 times x square. So yc value. So these are yc values. Let us look at the error for this. Error for this new prediction or error for quadratic fit EQ, something like y value minus yc values, and residual sum of squares for this quadratic fit or RSS for quadratic fit is a sum of EQ square. So what is RSS Q? 1024 here. What is the previous RSS Q? 12970. Here 5-digit number, here 4-digit number. Which one is less? Which residual sum of squares is less?
So the quadratic one.
Quadratic. So it indicates that quadratic fit may be better than the linear fit for this tabulated data. This is what even graphically we notice. Okay. Do you understood what I have done now? I assumed that linear relationship may be better. So, and I gone through this linear model, which is already available in the default syntax. So lm of y is similar to x. Okay. Then
Sir, what's the meaning of linear model?
linear model is assuming linear relationship, right?
Okay. So, but then we use the same function for the quadratic one as well.
Right. Why I am taking this? Is it not the linear combination of 1x? Do you heard about the linear combination?
Oh, okay. I understand now, sir.
A 1x x square are the coefficients. It is something like a plus bx plus cx square. Okay. There are three terms now. So default constant is there. X is here. X square I defined as x1. Now it is just the linear combination of x and x1, right?
Okay, sir, understood.
Isn't it? So we got this answer. If you are increasing the polynomial degree, then accordingly you can introduce different variables in this. You can get the model directly. All right. So even we can make tabulated data, say something like data dot frame, data dot frame before ending. X is there, Y is there, YP is there for linear fit, and YC is there for quadratic fit. So again, comma. See that the true value of Y is 302. True value of Y, the predicted value of YP again is the first group is 229, whereas with the quadratic fit, this value is observed as 289. So 302 minus 229 difference is how much approximately? Is it approximately 73? Hello? Hello? Y and YP difference for first group. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
What is the difference here? 302 and 229 difference approximately? Is it 73?
Yes, sir.
So whereas 302 and YC value 289, what is the difference?
So it should be
Approximately 13.
Yes, sir, 13.
So now 73 is having more error or 13 is having more error?
So 17.
73 is much higher, right? The error.
Yes, sir.
So means that if you go with the YC, which is corresponds to the quadratic fit, so this error is giving a less amount than linear fit. So by looking at the scatter plot, basically you should come to know whether we go with the plot of x comma y type is equal to L. So whether we have to go with the quadratic fit or linear fit. Okay. So what you learn now? How to fit a linear or quadratic model using R program for a given tabulated data, right? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt on this? Any doubt?
No, sir.
No doubt. Okay. So then if I wanted to find the coefficient of correlation, there is only one syntax, simple syntax. COR of x comma y will give us directly coefficient of correlation. What is the value coefficient of correlation now?
So it's
0.038, right? So if I want the standard deviation for x, then it is the square root of VAR of the variable x, right? If I want the standard deviation of y, square root of VAR of y. This is the standard deviation of y. I think in the last class you noted down one formula for regression line for y on x. What is the formula? Can you remember? Or can you see and tell me the formula? Something like y minus y bar is equal to correlation into SDX, sorry, SDY divided by SDX into something like x minus x bar form, right? Remember, this is the formula that we use. So SDX is available, SDY is available, correlation is available. What else is not there? Y bar and x bar. So let us compute y bar is the mean of y. Y bar is equal to mean of y. X bar is equal to mean of x. Using this formula, let us look at what is y. So yk, I am taking a variable for y. If y bar going to the right side, then it is going to add over there, right? Now correlation value we already computed. So that is COR of x comma y into SDX, SDY divided by SDX into something like x minus x bar plus y bar. Guess the values in yk now. So as of my opinion, these yk values must coincide with yp. Let me cross verify. See that yk values are coincide with yp. 229.540, 229.540, 541, right? 230.589. All these values are coincide up to third decimal with yp with these values, this column. Hello, for your understanding, I will call here itself yp. See that yk and yp are remain same. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So
So
this
yp
formula,
minus-
whatever we use here, y on x, is same as simply you are calling the LM of this syntax in the program. Okay. Right?
sir.
Understood?
Yes.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the way that we are doing in the regular, class. But in R programming, as there is a default syntax, a linear model, you can use this. But if you want linear model keeping x as dependent and y as independent, then you can go for x is similar to y. Then straight away you will get this is something like x intercept is 36.72 and the slope is 0.014. Okay, right? Hello. So do you understood what I have done now? As the formula is given to you in the class, y minus y bar equal to correlation to standard deviation of y by standard deviation of x whole into x minus x bar. The same formula used in the R programming that take the values of yk, and these yk values are coincide with the yp. So that means the formula what we have used earlier, lm of y is approximated with x, is one and the same to y on x. Now for a linear model of x on y, you can use LM. X is approximated with y. Okay. Right. So can I end the session if you have no doubts? Any doubts? I invite for your doubts. Hello?
No doubt, sir.
Okay, then I would like to end the session. Okay, those who are all successfully completed this one, you do one thing, you can press Control A, or maybe something like, is there any file under then the print option? Yeah, Control P. What you do one thing, you add in the last row something like this, your registration number. Okay, then add your name. Okay, then go to file menu, go to print. It exports to Microsoft PDF. Then you upload the same in the Teams, where I'm going to provide the link for uploading the this thing. Okay, your worksheet. Understood? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Now you all start uploading by going through the adding your registration number and name. Okay, whatever you practiced, I'm going to provide the link for you. So it is going to end in, I supposed to give the due time as half an hour. So something like now 7:30 I will give. 7:30 p.m.
Sir, we just have to
So
upload the pictures of the code we wrote just right now.
not the pictures, not the pictures, remember.
So
You just
then,
go to the Control P, okay, add your on the console window. What you need to do is just registration number, name, add in this. What are all the things you have, all these things are available on my screen, right? Once you export, go to file menu, print, okay, it will print to the PDF form. As your name and registration number available on this, it will go onto the directly a PDF format, okay, right?
okay, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, my program crashed in the middle, so I couldn't save everything.
So
So is
whatever
this
it
gonna
is
be
there on the whatever it is there on your console window right now, you upload it, okay?
Sir, I clicked on files, sir, but the option for print is disabled, sir. Like all other options are like dark black, but print is like not actually black.
You are not getting print option.
No, sir, I'm not getting print option, sir.
So is there any option to save as?
No, so that is also disabled, sir.
Isn't it? So you,
Yes, sir.
why it is disabled? You are not you did not install it.
Sir, I installed it, sir. I'm just using
So then,
RStudio only, sir.
under the file menu, you will get the option like Control P for printing, save to PDF, and so on. Save to file.
I should, sir, but I'm not.
So you search the options and get it.
Okay, sir, I'll try to do
Worst
that.
case, if it is not getting, then today what you can do, you just scroll up, take the screenshot of this, okay? All
Okay,
these
sir.
things, whatever the workspace is there, okay? Make sure
Oh.
that your registration number and name is added on this thing and upload it, okay? So by
Okay,
next
sir.
lab, at least you may rectify this issue, okay?
Okay, sir, sure.
Right. Is
So,
it fine now?
can we submit screenshots?
Am I
sir?
answered all your queries? Sorry?
Sir, can we
Yes, sir.
submit the screenshots of the entire thing?
Sorry?
Sir, can we submit the screenshots of the entire thing?
So only the people who have the problem with something like with control P. Otherwise, it is a one time. Say adding my registration number and name, I can go for the file menu and take the print option. It will print. You are giving your registration number as a file name or something. Then upload it in the Teams. It is 1 minute job, but still I gave you 30 minutes. Okay. Understood? Hello?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, can you please repeat what you have said just now? I was disconnected for a while, sir.
So whatever the R program you practiced so far in the session, you need to get upload by adding your name and registration number on the console window in the Teams as you got the link now to upload it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right. Fine. Can I end the session now?
So where should we upload?
So before half an hour.
No,
Because
where,
already it's
where,
available now. You all practiced. It is 1 minute job only, right?
where
Control
should
P
we
and just
upload?
upload it. Huh?
Where
Sir,
should we
sir,
upload?
can you scroll up?
So in Teams
Can you scroll it
assignment
up
is
for a
there.
second?
In Teams, there is an assignment option. You all received that option. You check it. L1 due today at 7:30 p.m. Is it visible? Hello. You all got this link, right? Uploading
No, sir.
assignments. Activity. You
No,
check for
sir.
activity. Check in
sir.
Teams
No, sir.
activity. Check in Teams activity.
No, sir. We didn't get.
No, sir, we didn't get.
So it's not assigned.
Assign. After assigning only, it is showing under this thing. Okay, at least you keep it in save, and whenever you get the link, immediately you upload it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Maybe in couple of minutes, once I get refreshed, reach out to you. Let us think that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay. So in Teams,
Increase the
so,
time till at least
so
till
I gave you half an hour time. It is already assigned only. Okay. Even if you want, I can extend the time. Okay. Right.
Yes, please
Okay.
extend.
So,
Yes, sir. Please extend the time.
again, I have class at 7 now. Hello.
Sir, does it
Understood.
have is this going to be graded?
So, no, internal practice, whether you all practice internal score, there is some mark, right? Internal practice.
Okay,
And the assessments which we are going to upload and for your response sheet, that also have some weightage. Okay. Already the instructions you are well aware, right? Right. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir. I got the assignment right now.
We did the assignment. You submitted?
No,
Someone?
sir. I have to submit. So I have to submit. I got it just now.
Okay, you submit. I am just changing the timeline from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Sir,
So I have
getting
class
it is
now
not
7 o'clock.
assigned or removed.
Assigned.
I'm getting when I open it as like it is not assigned or removed.
Yes,
See
sir.
that?
Same for me.
So many turned here too. Who are viewed, who did not turn. The status also available. Check. As my screen with visible to you, right? As and when I'm going to update something, maybe you have pop up something like that. You wait and see the link. You have an option to get upload there. Okay. Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I end this session?
Yes, sir.
Thank you all. Thank you all for your patience during this week of time. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Hope you followed the content what I explained today's session for the lab. Right. Thank you all.